have you always wondered how can I make my PNG model more expressive during my streams or my videos? I always had. You can toggle different emotion state using a Steam Deck or your keyboard, but that stuff is too manual. So I made a PNG model which changes emotions automatically based on what I say in real time. No more click-clack toggle stuff, just sit back and talk and let your PNG change emotions dynamically as you speak. At the moment, this is done only for Veadotube and Veadotube-mini, as they allow a WebSocket API to directly connect to the application to do the fun stuff. Quick info on WebSockets. A WebSocket allows you to have a real-time communication between a client and a server, giving the ability to change data between both the client and the server. In this instance, the WebSocket server being Veadotube and the client being your computer or your script. So your computer or script trying to communicate with Veadotube. Alright, now for the meaty part. The main question, how can we actually trigger different emotion state of a PNG? If you said emotions, well, you're correct. But how do we actually capture emotions? One easy way is from the things that we say. Each sentence we speak has its own emotions tied to it, and there's usually a specific phrase or a word which can be used to categorize it, such as I'm very happy or I feel like doo-doo can be stated as happy for the first and kind of sad for the other. We're just taking the bare bones for now, as you can also include tonality and pitch to also have more detailed emotions that you can capture, but this should be good for now. Okay, so how do we actually implement this? First things first, we need a way to transcribe the words that we say to text, which is basically just speech to text. We'll be using the classic OpenWhisper library to help us with this. Next, we need to figure out how to classify an emotion based on the text that is given. We can go two ways, either use an LLM, large language model, your classic GPT, Gemini, or any open source model, or we can use a model that's already been trained on text to classify emotions from it. Since I didn't want to pay and I wanted to be fast, I chose the second option. Maybe next time, buddy. But the second model gives us a faster response time on the classification. You always gotta go fast. So I decided to use the model already trained called the Emotion English Distill Rope. Now, capturing microphone section. So we have the code here which records 2 seconds of speech. I chose 2 seconds as you want to have a quick capture and translate the emotion as quickly as possible. The longer you record, the more delay there's going to be. Then we transcribe this. After making this code, there was another library that I could have used, which is called Real-Time STT, which had a built-in record and transcribe, which is pretty fast. Goddamn, using this for next time. So Veadotube has different state sections which you can trigger. Now we go to Veadotube-mini and set our different emotion states. Here we have normal, shocked, and annoyed set up, triggering this in Veadotube and the emotion output section. Now we put those names we created in Veadotube in our code, where if an emotion gets classified as neutral, then we set the Veadotube state emotion state name to neutral, surprise emotion for shock emotion state in Veadotube, anger or disgust emotion for an annoyed state. So as I speak, you can see the words that I'm saying and the emotion that is being outputted depending on the emotion. It's changing the emotion state in Veadotube, making it easier to make the PNG model more expressive while speaking in real time. This is amazing. I'm actually shocked by this, but I don't feel like this is all that good. I mean, it's something, I guess. Having more emotion state in Veadotube and adding that to the classification will make it more dynamic and more expressive. In the example here, I've only chosen around 3 emotions though. It's not perfect and there are definitely some tweaks that can be done to make it better, but it's a good start. If you like what you saw and would be interested in trying out what I made, please do comment below and I'll try to publish an application for you to use it for your own PNG model in Veadotube or Veadotube-mini. Alright, thanks and catch you later.